Remember how we spoke earlier about having a health budget? And I was going to give you an example of my very own health budget. In fact, I want to talk about uh, what I have been focusing on for the last 8 months personally, and that is my brain health and memory. And so I can actually talk to you not from theory, but from actual experience. I set aside uh, this focus to work specifically on my memory. I know in my family it runs dementia does run in older age. And one of the things that I really want to avoid is that, of course. And so I've really focused on one of our key products, which is called Memory Support. And I've been taking it on a very regular basis, along with our vitamin D, uh, uh, as well as choline, which comes from eggs. And that's been part of my daily routine and part of my health budget on a regular basis. Now, I've been on this journey for about 8 months. Memory support is the key ingredient. And I've personally noticed way better memory recall than before. I am actually sleeping a lot better, and there's a much higher ability for me to focus instead of having that coffee like jittery focus. It's a very calm focus. And it actually made me want to understand what is actually happening in the brain and how do I support it properly. So let's get into it. Let me tell you a little bit about memory support. Let me tell you the differences between our product and some other products you might see on the marketplace and why memory support is a really powerful tool that we can use. So your brain is only about 2% of your body weight, but it actually consumes 20% of your oxygen and your energy. Right? There's a lot of computing power going on up there. And so one of the key elements that makes it possible is blood flow. When blood flow is compromised in the brain, your focus drops, your memory slows down, and mental fatigue starts to set in. You actually can tell you're tired, right? But when the blood flow improves, neurons get more oxygen and glucose. Signaling between brain cells becomes way more efficient. And waste products, you hear this a lot, called plaque, gets cleared out more effectively. And over time, it supports clearer thinking, better attention, stronger memory, and especially as we get older, right? Now, you usually think of plaque in arteries, but the brain also deals with plaque buildup. And as inflammation and oxidative stress increases, neural signals start to slow down in your brain. Memory recall gets slower, of course, and your sleep quality gets affected as well. Healthy circulation helps reduce inflammatory stress, supports the brain's natural cleanup system, and it usually happens during deep sleep. That's important because sleep is when your memories are stored and reinforced. And of course, you wake up with everything that you've learned earlier now embedded into your brain. The standout ingredient in memory support is a silk fibroin peptide. Now, that's derived from a very specific species of silkworm cocoon. It literally is the silkworm. But it's been used in South Korea for decades, and they've got a lot of research on this. And this is a Health Canada approved product. It's registered as a natural health product by Health Canada with the studies posted on their site. It's not a stimulant and it's not a quick fix. It's not a quick brain boost. It's not like having a cup of coffee and you feel, woo, great. Um, Research suggests that silk fibroin peptide supports central blood flow and antioxidant protection of neurons. It also helps blood vessel lining health, which affects circulation dramatically. Now, in preclinical studies, these peptides are associated with improved learning, memory markers, and protection against age-related cognitive stress. Now, that lines up with what many people notice. They notice clearer thinking, better sleep, steady focus over time. So how does that compare to other products in the marketplace? Now, a lot of brain products use mushrooms like lion's mane. Now, hey, those could be helpful, but they work very, very differently. The key, the key in our product is peptide. Our product is a peptide. It's a short chain of amino acids that's already broken down in a form that the body can recognize and use immediately. Your body doesn't have to digest this or convert it and guess what to do with it afterwards. Mushrooms are just that. They tend to work indirectly. They're slow. They're consumed, digested, and then the body would have to build that amino acid. Whereas a peptide is already built for the body and it recognizes it. Mushrooms often target specific pathways like nerve growth. Peptides work systematically. They support blood flow circulation and the environment neurons that need to function well. It's a very simple mechanism. Mushrooms provide building blocks. Peptides provide instructions to activate your cells in your body. That's why peptide-based products feel calmer, more consistent, more noticeable over time, and they're not stimulating or jarring, but they're very, very effective. Our formula also includes ingredients that strengthen the foundation of the product. Blueberry powder, for instance, is very rich in anthocyanins. We talked about that, high in antioxidants, and linked in humans to study on memory and executive function. Lucuma fruit is low glycemic energy support for brain stability. You don't want those high insulin levels that affect inflammation. And then we've got monk fruit, which is sweetness without blood sugar spike at all. It keeps you focused without that insulin spike. So always stable blood sugar levels is equal to stable cognitive performance. Now back to the product memory support. When blood flow improves and the inflammation drops, brain's nighttime cleanup system works way better. Sleep becomes deeper, more restorative. Memory consolidation improves dramatically. And that's why better sleep and better memory go hand in hand. They're connected, right? So for me, this hasn't been instant results. It's been about consistency. It took a good month, I would say, before I started to notice my memory got much better. Studies show that it's a 30% improvement in short-term memory and a 30% improvement in long-term memory. I've gotten better focus during the day. I sleep better at night. And truly, I've got more confidence in my memory. There's days where, you meet someone and you just can't remember their name. I've had fewer and fewer days like that. But brain health is a very long-term process. It's a journey. And I'm noticing the results are incredible for me. They've worked very well. And when you support circulation, you reduce inflammation and protect your neurons, the benefits definitely show up. They show up quietly, they show up meaningfully, and over time, I've impressed my family, my friends by remembering things that I couldn't believe I remembered. But memory support does work, and my routine every morning is memory support, vitamin D, and choline from eggs. And that combination has really worked. And that's literally part of my health plan because I've completely focused on brain health. Hope that helped.